Hello and welcome to Billy Ho Sports. Last Saturday was big weekend, Oaklawn Park, Rebel Stakes, and all that. This week we're going back over to Gulfstream Park for what might say is the beginning of the Derby Trail. Waving goodbye to the month of February into March Madness. The main event is going to be the Grade 2 Fountain of Youth Stakes, worth 50 points to the winner. Probably the most highly anticipated of the four preps this weekend. Still awarding 5 places, plenty of points to get in there if you hit the board, definitely. So we finally get to see the 3-year-old debuts from the 2 top contenders, Dornoch and Locked. The Holy Bull winner Hades will not wheel back for this race, most likely opting to wait for the Florida Derby on March 30th. So, as always, you can find all the Kentucky Derby content on my playlist. So check that out. Just remember to subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, set your notification bells, and leave me a comment. Tell me who, if you think anybody can beat those top 2 horses, let me know who you like. Let's take a look at the field. We have 9 Derby hopefuls loading the gate in Saturday's finale at Gulfstream Park, going a mile and a 16th on the dirt track, 50 points to the winner. So we start number 1, Speakeasy, trained by Todd Pletcher, wins the 7 furlong duel over 3-2 favorite Victory Avenue. Quite an impressive first-time outing for the son of Constitution. Irad Ortiz will be in the mount once again. And he also again breaks from this, so to speak, coveted one post. It's always a good advantage at Gulfstream. Showed more than enough speed to get her done in front, earned a 103 Brisnet speed figure. So we'll see if he can run them back, and we'll see if the number 3 horse Victory Avenue, who is trained by Gustavo Delgado, that was in his first time effort, if he can turn the tables, so to speak. But he was unable to keep pace with the winner in the last part of that stretch run. He also earned a triple-digit speed figure in that one, and John Velasquez, will be up. We are going to take a look at the past performances at the end and see if we can't figure out what's going on, so stick around for that. Number 2 is Ladambro. Also ran in the Grade 2 Remsen for former trainer Antonio Sano, then wheeled back and went 7 furlongs in his 3-year-old debut for new trainer Enil Cordero in the Swale Stakes at Gulfstream on February 3rd. He ran into some trip trouble trying to get in the inside rail in the stretch, but finally got through and ended up running 2nd place. So he and fellow rival Frankie's Empire outdueled some decent contenders. There was Bilal and Riskett in that race as well. And just on a quick side note, Riskett, watershed moment for him. Just once again showing nothing. Not really sure what's going on with that son of gun runner, but his papa wouldn't be happy with his recent form. Number 7 is Frankie's Empire, who looked really strong winning that Swale Stakes in his 2nd straight. First time under new trainer Michael Yates. He is sired by Classic Empire, took control in this 7 furlong sprint at the top of the stretch and drove home to win by 3.5. This is a move up in class for him, and his first route race will present a challenge. So we will see how he does. And then now we'll go over to number 4, Real Macho, and that's trained by Rohan Crichton. Tyler Gaffaleon has the mount, sired by Mucho Macho Man. Overcame a hard bump out of the gate and then a 5-length disadvantage nearing the turn for home. The heavy favorite Born Noble was on top, and Merit weakened in the stretch, and then Real Macho on the outside dialed it in down the stretch and collared the leader to take it home. Like that horse. Number 6, Merit, is trained by Safi Joseph Jr. We'll have Easy Eddie Zahas in the saddle. He pressed the pace most of the way, hit that stretch like I mentioned, just ran out of gas. He might improve second off the layoff, but I think he'd be lucky to cash a check against this group here. So not looking for a whole lot out of him. Now, number 5, we get the Dornoch, trained by Danny Gargan, full brother to last year's Kentucky Derby winner Mage. You'll hear that quite a bit. Making his highly anticipated 3-year-old debut, Luis Saez in the saddle, piloting him to breaking his maiden at Keeneland in an impressive 6-length victory on October 14th. Then he came back to lead the way in the Grade 2 Remsen, broke loose in the stretch, and then was quickly run down by Sierra Leone, who we saw just recently run down Track Phantom. So showing some gumption, refocusing himself and finding another gear to come back and beat Sierra Leone. Dornoch looking to solidify some top standing amongst this vast list of Kentucky Derby contenders. He will face off against Todd Pletcher's top contender Locked, who recently had scratched from the Holy Bull with a spiked temperature. So number 8 is Locked, Todd Pletcher, young star, won impressively in the Grade 1 Futurity in October. Then he hit his best stride late in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile at Santa Anita, but Fierceness had pretty much had that race on lockdown. So speed was killing. He was unable to close any ground left over by Fierceness or Muth, but he did outfinish last week's Rebel winner Timberlake by over a length. And this son of Gun Runner is looking to grab those 50 points as your slight favorite over Dornoch. And come post time, it could go either way. These are going to be your top 2 choices. I don't see any others garnering anything more than a third choice. Should be a good test for between these 2 top contenders. Jose Ortiz is the jock aboard, so we'll see how that rolls. Now, number 9 is Dancing Groom. Antonio Sano is the trainer. Last year's Derby winning jockey, Javier Castellano, aboard. He would indeed be an upset winner of this contest, running 5th in the Holy Bull, lost by over 6 lengths. Sired by Vino Rosso, has had some success in this crop of 3-year-olds, but this one will have his work cut out for him, breaking from the outside. So that's going to cover the field, and now we're going to get into some past performances. Okay, here's your top 3 across the board here. Obviously, Locked and Dornoch, 1-2, but the speed last race, Speakeasy had that 103, and Victory Avenue had the 100, so that's pretty solid. I want to jump down here and look at some track bias. So we have 11 races in the meet so far, and you can see early speed, pressing early speed, dominating, a little bit of late closing, but no pressers. But that's only 11 races, and we've only got 3 in the week, so you can still see how it's dominated by early speed. So early speed is what we're looking for. So we jump back up here, and it's pretty clear. I think Dornoch has the opening, like you said, the early speed. If we take a look at him, he's gotten out just with some super fast fractions. So honestly, it just with the bias on the track, he's really got to be the top choice so far. Now, I will say this about Locked. If he comes down here and has this maiden right down here where he runs a 105 and he's out second and then first, gets that pressing, driving style, you almost think you have to think Pletcher's going to take that route because he's definitely not being 6th. If he's hitting 6th and before he makes his move, I don't think he's running down anybody in the stretch, especially a horse like Dornoch. So anyway, what we're looking at here, Dornoch, fast pace, similar to what National Treasure ran in that Pegasus. So like I said, I think Todd Pletcher will instruct Jose Ortiz to run as he did in his maiden. Now, there is a slight possibility of some rain on Saturday, so track conditions change. We could see a different story, similar to what Sierra Leone defeating Track Phantom, and I think that would favor Locked if we get a wet track. So I'll look at wheeling those top 2 above some value plays. I think Real Macho and Victory Avenue There's Real Macho. This 94 right here was solid. And then we had Victory Avenue was a very impressive 100 in the second place finish. And you also have Speakeasy with the 103 showing tons of speed. Those two, if they can keep it up, they're going to be in it as well. So those are the ones I'm looking at to finish it off. But I do think ultimately right now, as I see it, Dornoch has the advantage, slightly overlocked, not too far behind. But those two horses, Victory Avenue and Speakeasy, are very interesting, along with Real Macho. And I haven't seen anybody else, but I will be taking a deeper look. So that will do it for the preview. I hope you enjoyed it. Until the next time, we'll see you soon.